Navigate to Flows in Setup and click on New Flow. Select Screen Flow and click Create. Click on Toolbox. Click New Resource. Select Resource Type as Variable. And specify the API name as IDS in small letters. You must specify the API name as IDS in small letters, otherwise the flow will not work. IDS is a prefixed resource name in flows that will automatically receive the record IDs of selected records from the list view. Select the data type as text. Check the box for Available as Input. This is to allow this resource to receive values from outside the flow. And check the box to allow multiple values, since we want to receive the record IDs of multiple records. Click Done. Next, we will use getRecords to retrieve the records based on record ID. Click on plus icon and add getRecords. Specify the label and API name. Select Object as Case. For condition requirements, select the field Case ID. Change the operator to in. And under Value, select the resource we created earlier. For how many records to select, select All Records. Close the Element Property window. We will add a screen component to this flow. So click on plus icon and select Screen. Specify the label and API name for the element. Under Components, search for and click Data Table to add it to Canvas. Specify the API name and label for Data Table. Check the box to use label as the table title. For Source Collection, we will use the collection from getRecords element. Under Configure Rows, select the row selection mode as View Only. Under Configure Columns, select the field case number, and click Done. Similarly, we will add subject and created date to be displayed in the data table. Click Done. Click Save to save the flow. Specify the flow label and API name. Click Save. Click Activate. Back in Setup, Flows, click Refresh. Click on View Details for the flow that we just created. Copy the flow URL as we will need to use it in defining the button. Navigate to Case Object under Object Manager. Click on Buttons, Links and Actions. Click on New Button or Link. Specify the button label and name. Select Display Type as List Button and check the box to display checkboxes. This will allow the user to select multiple records. For behavior, select Display in Existing Window with Sidebar. Content source will be URL. For URL, copy and paste the flow URL that we have just created. We want the flow to return to the recently viewed list view on cases once it finishes execution. For that, we will add a return URL parameter to this URL. For that, we will add $returl equal to 500 recent. 500 here refers to the case object and recent refers to recent list view. Click Save. Next, we will need to add this button to the list view. Click on List View button layout. Click down arrow for the list view and click Edit. The button that we just created will be available under Custom Buttons. Select the button and move it to Selected Buttons. Click Save. Navigate to Case tab. Refresh the page and you will see the button to select cases. Select a few records randomly. Click on Select Cases. This will invoke the flow and pass the ID of selected records to IDs variable defined in the flow. And now, you can see the selected case records in the data table as we defined in the flow. Once you have the selected records in the flow, you can process these records as per your business requirements using different features of the flow. The processing can be as simple or as complex as you want it to be. Click on Finish. The flow will return you to the recently viewed list view on case, as we defined in the button URL. So, this is how you can invoke a flow from the list view and pass the IDs of the selected record. Hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.